Day of 2020, the last day of 2020. Good fucking riddance. See you later, 2020. Jesus fucking Christ. Here's some New Year messaging by John Iodorio and Anna Kasparian.
We're
TYT.
dangerously close to hitting our yearly goal, our fundraising goal, in order to keep TYT sustainable. And thank you so much to all of you who helped to keep TYT independent. We're able to give honest analysis on both parties as a result of you guys keeping us honest.
So apparently Jimmy Dore, the Jimmy Dore show was actually owned by TYT, and Jimmy Dore had to, fork over a large chunk of change in order to go buy his own show back. And recently he had Glenn Greenwald on the show from The Intercept, and formerly from The Intercept, which is an outfit that Glenn Greenwald had helped to establish, but then got fired. And Glenn Greenwald was asking Jimmy Dore, could you imagine establishing the Jimmy Dore show and then somebody telling you that you're not allowed to say what you want to say on the Jimmy Dore show? And Jimmy Dore could actually relate all too well to that. So I have no idea why Jimmy Dore left TYT, probably because he found out they were just a bunch of grifting, no-change assholes. Is there any hope for America? Not at all. TYT says no, not at all. So even though they are basically 99% in agreement with the tactic and the idea and, what it could do for America, it's Jimmy Dore. It's effing Jimmy Dore.
So the goal was to raise $2 million by the end of the year. As you guys can see from that number, $1,987,000.
So these comments are absolutely brutal, and I'll get to them, but is there hope for America? Is there actually any hope for America? So it's December 31st right now. It's December 31st, 2020, and that is a Thursday. So tomorrow is going to be the 1st, January 1st, Friday, then January 2nd, Saturday, and then January 3rd, Sunday. So in 3 days, force the vote happens in 3 days. So January 3rd is when the new Congress convenes. That's when all the new people have to come in, January 3rd. And that's when they're just going to go ahead and bow down and coronate Queen Nancy Pelosi. And they're going to show all of America that there is no progressive agenda. There is no progressive hope. There's just going to be some, a little bit of change here and there. It's a brand new squad via the Constitution. They must show up in person, so they can't do it remotely. And the very first vote AOC made in the House was to vote for Nancy Pelosi to be the Speaker. I don't want Nancy Pelosi to be Speaker. I want anybody else to be Speaker. I want universal health care. America wants universal health care, and America don't want Nancy Pelosi. So why are the progressives going to get us Nancy Pelosi and not universal health care? If they're not going to get us universal health, that's the bare minimum. That's the very, if you're not going to get Medicare for all, you're not going to get jack shit. So these are major events because on January 5th is when the Georgia Senate elections happens. You have 2 Senate seats, and right now it's 50-48, so the Democrats could tie it, and then the vice president breaks the tie, therefore taking the Senate. So it's possible for the Democrats to take the Senate. The Democrats have the House, they got the presidency, and then they'll take the Senate, and then they won't do shit for you. They won't get Medicare for all, in poverty, and homelessness, and all these godforsaken wars. So January 5th is when the Georgia Senate elections happen. This is important because January 3rd is when Pelosi does, basically, January 3rd is when we find out if there's any hope for America. So January 5th, what happens on January 3rd with Nancy Pelosi and Medicare for all will affect what happens on January 5th. And then January 4th is the conclusion. It's the verdict. The grand verdict is going to come out for the Julian Assange extradition hearing. Is there going to be a pardon? Will they pardon Julian? Will Julian get a pardon right at the end? I mean, wasn't it WikiLeaks that helped Donald get elected? And what did Julian Assange do? Cablegate, the Iraq logs, the collateral damage video? Who did he hurt with that collateral damage? Oh, I guess he hurt the truth, right? The lies. Julian Assange hurt the lies about the Iraq War with that collateral damage video. Oh, shit. Apparently we're just killing reporters and children and nobody gives a fuck. Okay. Well, that's super fucked up. Julian Assange has 17 charges under the Espionage Act. So he's an Australian, did something with the computer in Europe, and then somehow 17 charges with the Espionage Act, and all he did was post the primary documents. So, in the post-truth era with Trump, Julian Assange is the truth. Well, okay, that's the reason why. Okay, that's why they want to destroy Julian Assange. He was telling the world the truth, and that was really against the empire. We can't do that now, can we? That happens January 4th. January 3rd, Pelosi, Medicare for All, we'll find out what happened with forced to vote. That's when forced to vote happens. January 4th is when we figure out is Assange going to be extradited to America, and then he's going to be tried here, right? This is the great, place with democracy, fairness, and the judicial process. I'm sure he'll get a fair trial. He'll fucking rot in prison. He won't get a fair trial, and he'll get fucked over in America. That's almost guaranteed, without a doubt. My God, look at all the energy and resources and money and effort that this is America's doing. This is the U.S. government's doing. So much fucking pressure. Because he put out a video in 2010. Get the fuck out. First of all, he showed that, innocent people were being fucking murdered. So I guess that's an uncomfortable truth. We need to, I thought we were the good guys. So for the good guys, then we can't be killing children. For the good guys, we can't be killing children and we can't be killing reporters. That's not what the good guys do. So these are two major events that's going to happen. I don't know what, Ossoff and Warnock and Loeffler and, David Perdue's position is. I would assume, some positions, but on Medicare for All, Pelosi and Julian Assange. But you're going to have, boom, boom, boom. I just feel like that changes the narrative. People are going to be talking about Pelosi and Medicare for All. People are going to be talking about Julian Assange. And then January 5th, people are going to be talking about Georgia. And then after January 5th is going to be January 6th. And January 6th is when the Republicans are going to try to steal this election. So we already had the Electoral College vote. The Electoral College vote said that Joe Biden is the victor. And then we also had the popular vote, which said that Joe Biden was the victor. So this fucking fake president, these Republicans are trying to get a fake president. They're trying to get a fake an imposter president. A fake imposter president to sit on the throne and then pretend like he's the even though nobody elected him. Just like Juan Guaido. He's the new Juan Guaido. He's the Juan Guaido, Juan Guaido of America. He didn't win any election, but he's going to declare himself the fucking king. He's going to declare himself the president. That's what a fascist does. They can't just, humbly relinquish power. They have to fucking scream and cry and fight and act like they're doing something good, but really they're destroying this fucking nation. I don't know if this nation will ever survive Donald Trump. The motherfuckers are still going to be around, so his ideas are still going to be there, and then the shit that he did. So Lauren Boebert on January 6th, my representative in the 3rd District of Colorado, Lauren Boebert is going to go into U.S. Congress to object to the Electoral College vote. So Lauren Boebert is going to go along with that. This election was a sham. This is really a dumb idea for Lauren Boebert. If the election was a sham, then how did Lauren Boebert win? Was her election a sham too? How many, where's the fraud happening? Is it all over the country? Is it just in pockets? Is it just over in Kansas somewhere? Boebert is trying to overthrow the government. This is treason. They are trying to steal the nation. We should take this serious. We should take this very, very serious. Lauren Boebert is going to try to do the objections, but they're making it like a big joke, Cuckoo, ka-choo, right? Oh, coos to say, cuckoo, ka-choo. That's not fucking funny. This is psychotic and dangerous, and it's plunging us towards a civil war. So let's assume the worst. Donald doesn't leave the White House. He gets his generals, and he gets the people that's on his side. He gets his fucking crazy MAGA boys marching on D.C. Joe Biden will have to take the White House away from him. That's a civil war. That's a civil war. So we're only a couple weeks away from civil war. So January 6th is when Lauren Boebert is going to lodge her objections, and we'll see if those objections go anywhere. None of this shit is going. It's all bullshit. They could have won the Electoral College, but they didn't try it. They didn't have a strategy to win the Electoral College. So that was their opportunity. Their opportunity is gone by, and so he's grifting and trying to make money, but he also could just be trying to take the shit, and he's also getting a lot of attention. But he also could be a fascist piece of shit that wants to just to hold on to power because he loves power and he don't want to. That's his precious power. He can't let go of his precious. He had all the power. Now he's going to have none. Man, he can't let go of that precious. He needs to hold on to that precious for as long as he can. So expect a slew of pardons, but not for Julian Assange. He's pardoning war criminals. He pardoned Charles Kushner. He pardoned even, the lady that with the votes and Jack Johnson. So he pardoned Jack Johnson. He went ahead and pardoned the lady with the votes, with the coin. You know what I'm talking about. The lady with the vote and the coin, Susan B. Anthony. But he is not going to pardon Albrecht or Mumia Abu-Jamal or Mutula Shakur or Julian Assange or Marion Mason or Leonard Peltier or Assata Shakur or Reality Winner, Albury and Hale. But Jack Johnson, Susan B. Anthony, they are deserving of pardons, and that's going to be the Edward Snowden. If it's not going to be Joe Biden, there's something else that the squad can pressure. Pardon Snowden, Joe Biden. Also, get us a public option, end the war on drugs, forgive student debt, and repeal the Patriot Act. We can do all that by pen. Anyways, that's the next 4 days. Is there any hope for America? Well, I guess we'll find out on January 3rd. Force the vote. Peace.